Hey everybody, I'm Kyle Watson, your local Austin, Texas realtor. I'm here to share 5 tips if you're considering selling your house, listing it for sale in the summer of 2024. These are the 5 biggest complaints I hear from buyers as they tour homes that they're interested in buying. Tip number 1 is to consider your lighting. This sounds pretty easy, pretty obvious, but open up the curtains, open up your blinds, allow as much natural light to pour into the home that you want to sell as much as possible, because a buyer loves the look of natural light in a well-lit home. It makes it feel welcoming, open, more spacious, bright. It lifts the energy in a space. And if you don't have natural lighting, whether throughout your home or in different spaces of your home, you can make up for it. Just use some good, tasteful light fixtures, like a nice lamp in the corner. Or if you have a dimly lit hallway, consider putting a bigger light bulb or a higher wattage light bulb in there so that it puts off a little more light. Easy fixes like this can go a long way in ensuring that your home feels lighter, brighter, and more welcoming for a buyer to tour. Okay, the second tip I have for you if you want to list your home for sale summer of 2024 is to ask yourself, how does my home smell? Just as you think about that, as soon as you walk into a new space, one of the first things that you notice is the smell that happens. Your nose does not lie to you. You know something smells good or bad. This is why Disney prioritizes a special scent to captivate all of the senses of their clients and customers at every one of their theme parks or attractions, as they want to captivate the scent, the smell, and the noses of their customers. Do the same thing for your buyers. If you want a buyer to have a positive experience walking through your house, make sure that the smell that they encounter is a positive and good one. So as people who live in our own homes, we are not conscious of how our home smells. We get used to all of the odors, and a lot of times they're not pleasant ones, especially if we have pets or big, large families with lots of kids, or old food in the pantry, or trash sitting out, garages piling up with stuff. Whatever it is, find the sources of your odors, ask for opinions, and solicit feedback of your realtor, your neighbors, etc. Get people who be really honest with you. How does my home smell as soon as you walk in the door? And then you can address the roots of those odors, the causes of them, as well as create some positive experiences. So use some candles, use some tasteful Glade plugins near the entry or near the problem sources, and make sure that they're all pretty consistent throughout the home. How does your home smell? Address the issues and create a really positive experience for your buyers through their sense of smell. Okay, my third tip, if you're willing to list your home and you need to get it sold, the third tip that we hear a lot of complaints from other buyers about is these homes feel too cluttered. Cluttered, so there's too much stuff everywhere. We usually think that we're proud of all of our things. We want to showcase knickknacks, or we value all of the different things that we've collected over the years. And the reality is, if you can get rid of as much stuff as possible, if you know you're going to sell your home, do an initial sweep of your house. What can we get rid of? What can we live without? If you need to live there and you need to stay in your home, get rid of as much as you can. Take things off the walls. Allow the home to not be distracted with all of your stuff in it. It's hard for a buyer to imagine their lives in a space if all they're doing is looking at your life. So make it as neutral as possible. Take off as much stuff off of the walls. Way less decor than you think you need. Take the stuff down, names, family photos, anything that's too personalized. Think very generic, think very basic, think very plain. Do what you need to do to allow somebody to envision their life in your home so that they can become, a potential buyer of your house. So the fourth thing you need to do if you want to list your house, this is the 4th most common complaint we get from buyers as they're touring homes, is just an outdated design. And now, solving that big picture, if you have an older home that is outdated, it's probably not feasible for you to do a complete remodel. It may not be economically in your best interest to do that either. But you can do some tasteful things like update some light fixtures. You can replace some ceiling fans. You can put some new hardware on the front door. You can do some tasteful things, some faucets in the bathrooms, etc. What can you do budget friendly, they can make a great impact to a buyer who's walking into a space and say, that's one less thing I have to take care of, or that's a really thoughtful design. That's something that really can go a long way in winning over their attention and their favor for your home. So, all right, so the fifth thing that you should consider if you're listing your home for sale, the fifth thing that a buyer's gonna notice and that we get complaints about when they're touring homes from a buyer's perspective is the cleanliness of a home. It sounds pretty obvious again, but you want to appeal to a buyer's senses. And so cleanliness, it goes back to smell, it goes back to something being well lit, it goes back to your home showcasing, thoughtful design and decluttered is the cleanliness. So if you can afford to, get a professional out to clean your home. If you have the time and the capacity to put some elbow grease into deep cleaning your home, it is worth the time or the money investment, because buyers are going to notice things that you will not notice after living in a place for years. So if you have pets, we're ensuring that like the pet hair is cleaned up, or just the where they're eating is not dirty, or that if they're going in and out of a door, my dog smudges his nose to open doors throughout. So we want to clean the door jambs and the doors and the baseboards. You want to check your ceiling fans. You want to make sure that like your kitchen, your oven, stovetop, microwave, the top of your refrigerator, these spaces where dirt, grime, things normally tend to build up. We want to deep clean these things because a buyer's going to notice those things, because they live in homes too. They know where the problem areas of keeping a home clean are as well. And if yours is clean in those spaces, then it's going to be a lot more attractive experience and one less barrier for them to imagine themselves making your home their future home. All right, so that's the whole idea here, is we want to invite buyers into seeing themselves living in your space, so removing any obstacles that can prevent them from doing that. So just to recap, make sure your home is well lit, natural light. Number 2, ensure that you have taken care of any problem smells and that you're giving your buyers or anybody touring your home a positive experience when it comes to their smelling senses. 3 is you want to declutter, remove all of the stuff off the walls that might distract somebody from seeing your home and the opportunity that it can create for it to become their home. Number 4 is outdated design. You may not be able to control a whole lot of this, but you can do some tasteful, budget-friendly things to improve the design of your home, or you can account for that or accommodate for it in your marketing strategy or in your pricing strategy, etc. Consult your realtor on how you can overcome those obstacles there. And number 5, cleanliness. Elbow grease, sweat equity, get after it, hire it out, whatever you got to do. Make sure your home is clean, sparkling clean, top to bottom, so that a buyer is not distracted with pet hair, dust, grime, etc. And instead they can one less thing to keep them from wanting to buy your home. These are my 5 tips. If you have questions, comments, concerns, or if there's anything I can do to help you navigate the real estate market, whether you're buying, selling, relocating, I'd love to be a resource for you. Feel free to give me a call or a text, shoot me an email, and let's do some business together. I hope you have a great day.